This is Twin Cities Adventures, and in today's video we're going to show you how to make this jar of maple syrup. We're going to be tapping this tree in our front yard. It is a Crimson King maple tree.
This tree is 5 feet around. We bungee corded the bucket to the tree so the wind doesn't blow it around. We have 3 taps going into the bucket. So I'm just going to put this on there nice and firm. And we're going to angle it about like this so it drips down. And we're going to do about 1.5 inches into the tree. So here's our tap. I'll just take that, put that right in the tree, and
I'll do the third one.
push them right in. Like that. That. And that. Right in there. Here's our taps for our trees.
You just put the bag in like this. Try to loop it over. Make sure you have a couple inches looped over. Put it on. Shove it in. Now that's on, you just tug down on the back a little bit to make sure it's nice and tight. And we're gonna hang 3 sap sacks. Here you kind of have a little angle upwards when you do. Looky there, there's already some sap coming out. Put that in, and remember to tap right here.
I can get it up and down right there.
Yep.
Look at that. Go for it. What's it taste like?
It kind of tastes like just like water, but a little bit sweeter.
Here we go. Look at that leaking in there. That's nice. Now I've got 3 bags hanging on the south side of the tree where the sun hits it, so it's going to leak a lot faster. It's the beginning of April in Minnesota. This year spring is coming a little bit later, so right now the weather is bouncing between freezing cold at night and then above freezing during the day. I'll give you a shot of the 10-day forecast right now. And you can see the tree's been tapped for a couple hours. And looky there, we've got all this sap here and here. It's filling up pretty fast. And slow drip out of these hoses. See, just slowly dripping here. It's already filled up about a couple inches. It's frozen from the last night. We let these drip in there for about
A
few hours. So now I'm gonna do empty them every day.
Just like that. We just did our first collection, and now I'm gonna take a little taste test, just for the fun of it. It tastes mostly like water, but kind of like sweet and sugary. Day 2. Yep. Let's do just a little taste test.
What you got in there?
A lot. This is day 5 on the hoses.
Look at that. That is
Yep.
looking really good.
Yep.
Alright, to take the taps out, you just give a little tap to the side, pop them right out. One, pop it out, pop that right out.
Today we're gonna cook. As you can see, we got a blizzard here. It is 26 degrees out in Minnesota, and behind us you can see we have a station set up blocked from the wind.
Now we got a 5-gallon bucket of our sap here, and we're gonna add a third of it at a time in here, and once it reduces, we'll add more.
Check it out. Nice.
First, Papa's gotta start up the fire.
Start with that.
Smells good. I brought my little dragon friends to help out. We're gonna use dragon fire to help heat up the sap.
See that? It's working.
Huh?
Nice.
Good dragons. You want to check it about every hour or so and add some more to it probably. Look how much it reduced after I poured some more in.
Yep. Cooled off, so the steam kind of went away.
Yep.
It's boiling down really nice.
That was about 45 minutes, and now we're gonna heat it up again. We're gonna come back in about another half an hour.
Yep, there we go. It's starting to steam up again.
Yep.
Good job.
It's been about half an hour. Time to add some more sap.
See, it's reduced down nicely again. Okay, now it's been another half an hour, and I'll pour the rest in. Pour a little bit in there, and then it cools it down so we can see how much is left in there. It's reducing down really nicely. We'll just pour that in, and then we'll let that cook for another half an hour, and we'll come check on that, maybe 45 minutes. It's been exactly 3 hours, so now I'm gonna shut off the propane, and we'll get a little peek at the reduction here.
This is what we're left with, and we're gonna bring it inside and do the last few steps.
We brought the pot in with the sap, and you can see all the debris, the junk that's in there. We're gonna strain that out in this colander. I just put a coffee filter in here. Okay, now I'm gonna put a t-shirt over that. We'll just slowly pour that in and filter that into the pot. You can see the scum and junk that's in the pot there. It kind of stuck to the edge. Now, check out. Everything else is getting collected in here. Come over here and check out what we got out of this t-shirt. all this debris. That's just little shards of wood or any kind of junk that was in the sap. That's all cleaned out. And then the coffee filter caught any even smaller pieces. So now we are left over with this.
Before we boil it down, I'm going to take another little taste test.
What does it taste like?
Much more sugary than the original sap. Tastes a lot more mapley too.
We're giving our jars a quick water bath to kill off any bacteria in them. Now we're going to boil the sap into maple syrup. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. For sap to turn into maple syrup, you have to add 7.5 degrees. That would make it 219.5 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want to make it thicker, you just boil it more, because the more you boil it, the less water content is in the syrup.
We got a light boil going here, and let's just watch the temperature go up.
Now we've reached the temperature where it's maple syrup.
I'm going to take this and I'm going to strain it one more time into the jar. Just filtering out all the froth. Okay, this is why you need to filter it another time before you bottle it, because look at all that froth and gunk in there. So we'll discard that, and then we're left with this.
The tree that we tapped in our front yard is called a Crimson King maple tree, and we'll show you a picture of that right now.
We had about 4.5 gallons of sap, and we boiled it down to this.
There she blows.
I need to remind you, it's still going to be hot, so it's going to be runny. Kind of like if you were to put it in the microwave before you put it on your pancakes. But once it cools down, it's going to be thicker.
Now for the taste test. Very, very mapley. Not too sugary. Very good.
It's pure 100% natural maple syrup.